We just made it to the Airbnb. Guys, this is gonna be the best girls trip ever. I am so excited. Kalila and I just got here and she's like taking her bags and stuff upstairs. And I wanna give you guys a quick little tour. The other girls, they got here a little bit earlier, so they went to the grocery store. I'll link the Airbnb below because it's so cute, but this is the living room. I love how spacious it is, and there's so many rooms in here too. This is one of the rooms and it shows like to the backyard. This also has a super nice bathroom too. This is the kitchen. Guys, I'm also gonna link this bag below. This is like what I brought with me. It is so nice for travel, but this is the kitchen. It's so adorable. Then when you walk upstairs, they have like so many cute little corners here. There are 7 of us in the house, so I'm glad that there's a lot of space. This is another room, and this one is super cute as well. And this bathroom is pink, which I love. There's also a little toilet in there. And then this is another little room as well. It has like little kid things on here. And then this is our room. We're roomies this weekend. I feel like we're gonna just like have the best time.
A sleepover.
Yeah, it's literally a sleepover. And this is our little bathroom. All right, I want to show you guys the backyard. There's a pool out here. I just know I'm gonna be in here every single day. This is the backyard. It is such a dream. Guys, look, they have bags over there if we want to play bags. They have like a little grilling area and the pool. Like, this is so nice. And then they have this little, what's it called? Like fake grass. So you can get in here. I think, is this a hot tub? Let me see. Nope, not a hot tub, but still great temperature. I will definitely be out here. These pictures are so cute. Yeah. Everyone just got here. I want to introduce you guys to everybody. This is Natalie and Allie. And back there we have Faith and I'm trying to like let everybody see everybody. And Ashlyn, Tiffany. I think that's everybody. Yeah. We're getting ready to go get dinner. And Kalila. Sorry. You already talked to her earlier. Yeah, they know her. I think we're gonna go get like dinner, I think. Allie knows what she's doing, so we're gonna just follow you.
I live here, so I'm like,
I feel like you're gonna give us the good rec, like where to go.
I've been here, I've been downtown.
I love that. So I'll like link all the places that we go because I know nothing about Austin, Texas, but I've heard great things about it, so I'm excited.
Good food, I feel like is like a great Austin thing.
Yes, and I'm a foodie too, so I'm excited. There's no way. This isn't even a big pool. I know. Yeah, right.
It's inside of the library, but I bet you can just like go into it. Yeah. I don't see why not.
Yeah. Right, that's true.
Mini. I have friends that have.
Okay.
So, to me, it kind of sounds like a little bit psychotic, right?
Yes.
My background.
Oh my gosh. I read Dark Matter, I didn't read it.
You have it right now. I have it. Well, I have
Yeah. Are we not the way I'm like, what if there's something out of my list? I'm like biting my nails in anticipation.
Yeah. I've been looking at my, I'm gonna not look at eyes.
She's like,
Guys, tell me why. So we get in bed, we're sharing bed. Why does Kalila sleep with no pillow?
I sleep like I'm in my casket.
She lays.
I would like.
She laid down and looked over just like that. It's like, why do you look like that?
I literally, my little neck can't take it. Okay, it's a condition. I can't sleep with a pillow at all. I always feel weird. Like, why are you up here? Why are you up here? For real. You're doing too much.
I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. Because honestly, it probably does help your neck.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just
and you always said I didn't have that weird little neck thing, so maybe that's.
Oh yeah, maybe. She doesn't have tech neck. If touch the back of your neck. Most people have like a little bump because we're either on our phones or we like look down too much from like reading or whatever. And you're seeing. You're just
Straight
straight.
4K.
You're just flat. Like, I have a whole pillow. You're just...
I can't. I actually can't. I will wake up and like throw it off.
That is
I
crazy.
can't. I've tried. I've
That
tried to
is
be
so
normal, and I
crazy.
just can't do it, guys. I
That's
can't.
actually crazy. This is gonna be such a fun week because like everyone is reading different types of books and we each chose a book for each other. It's kind of a secret, but kind of not. So you have to go to everybody's channels to see who picked who to read what book. But I'm reading Say You Swear. What book are you reading?
I'm reading A Dawn of Onyx.
What are you reading?
I'm reading Kingdom of the Wicked.
I'm reading The Unmaking of June Farrow, Part of Your World, The Kiss Countdown.
Funny story.
There's so many good ones.
And they're all like, I feel kind of outside of our comfort zone a bit, which will be nice. So this is gonna be a really fun week.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always thinking of Brady everywhere I go. Because, well, she got this mug, and whenever I saw her get that mug, I was like, okay, I need to get a mug for Brady. He loves, like, coffee mugs that look like this.
So cute.
He's very particular about how his coffee mugs look. Yeah. Are you okay? I swear
I
to
have like
God,
really first like bubbly ones and like stuff like that. They have good aesthetics. Yeah.
he's like, he likes it to be like, I don't know, like kind of bubbly looking like this.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll really like it. We're talking about ultra rings. Is that what they're called? Ultra human, sorry. Ultra ring. Because I was saying that I wanted an aura ring, and she was like, actually ultra human's even better. And I feel like I need to get that now, just because whenever I hear someone recommend something and they've actually like used it for a long time, I feel like I trust that more than like someone who like just got it. Yeah.
Same. Like that. Yeah.
I'll have to get that then. You said you have a code, right?
I do have a code.
Honestly, like,
I
please,
think it's Tiffany 10.
please give it to the broke people.
No, I have a code. I can't believe they wanted to work with me. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, please. I'm definitely gonna get that because I've been wanting to get some kind of like tracker. So they probably can't even hear me because it's so windy. But anyway, okay, she's also still selling us on this ring. She was saying that with the Aura ring you have to pay like a subscription, and with this one you don't.
Yeah.
I mean that honestly that alone has sold me because I do not need another.
Adds up.
I do not need another subscription
For the rest of your life.
Right. Also between like Hulu and Netflix, and I mean I need my shows. So guys, look at the architecture of this. This is so pretty. Also, I don't think I showed you guys. I just literally got a glass of milk, and I feel like this is giving Midwest because I love milk so much. You said yours tastes like
It tastes like soup.
it tastes like soup.
It tastes like soup.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't know why. I'm really confused. I'm like, is it just me? But I swear it tastes like soup.
It probably isn't just you. This is so pretty, by the way. I love anywhere that's like walkable.
Yes. Immediately.
Alright, I'll get your menus out of the way for you.
Well, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, what would you like?
Can I do the brunch burger?
Yeah,
That sounds
that one is amazing. Thank you. Anthony, what would you like?
I think I'm also gonna do the brunch burger. But no bun. And what a small world.
Yeah.
It is kind of cool seeing other creators.
I know.
Like, do you see that often or not really?
No, but maybe because I'm like so sneaky about it because I feel awkward.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
people will be like,
They'd be like, oh yeah.
I feel like it's refreshing. Like I feel like I literally have never seen anyone in public that like
Yeah.
is like, oh, like
It's like,
I
oh,
make
that's
content
cool,
too.
yeah.
Except for like when I went to the bookstore the other day, in the video that I posted yesterday, like the girl at the local bookstore, I had my camera and she was like, "You doing a school project or something?" And I was like, "No, like I make YouTube videos." She was like, "Oh, I have a bookstagram," and I was like, "Oh, cool." So like we followed each other, but that's the first time that's ever happened, and I'm like, I just need more of you to like come out in the open so I can see.
Yes.
I literally never see anyone in New Jersey, but as soon as I'm in New York, everyone has like
That's so cool.
No, I was
I
literally-
never see that. No, not Springfield.
I literally
I would say I feel like our like not cultures are the same, but like it's you don't.
No, yeah, and I feel like it's almost like people are like, ew, like what are you doing? Like they just, I mean, some people don't even have like Instagram; they use Facebook. So it's like different vibes.
It probably depends on the town, because I was about to be like, oh, I should be more confident, because people probably just think, oh, social media, which is cool, instead of thinking, I always think like they're gonna think, oh, I'm weird.
Yeah.
I feel like you are in like a city
A space
that's
where
like
people
really
encourage
big for
that. Yeah.
Like I was telling Makai, I was like, I think whenever we think about where we're gonna move after he's done with school, like it would be really nice to consider like moving somewhere that like is better for like my job, because I've never really like thought about that before. Like I've always just thought like, hey, we should go somewhere like that's really good for his job. Like mine counts too.
Yeah. And
I
so
was
it's not
like-
as isolating either.
Yeah. And I was just like, obviously I don't want to move to California. Like neither of us ever want to live in California. But I was like, there's tons of other places that we could move where there's a lot of creators there, and like there'd be events that I could actually go to, because I'm sure there is some in Kansas City, but like I feel like because I don't really post on TikTok, like no one like
Sees that.
I feel like TikTok is like the big thing right now, that like that's how people get invited to events, and I don't. And I also don't know any other creators that can be like, hey, you want to come with me?
Yeah.
So. Oh, like not good. I don't trust it.
Really like not good for it. It's like it's
does a little bit, yeah.
Very like I think it is your little egg. This is like the true test.
Yeah, right.
Does it pass the southern test?
Let's see. I am on the hunt for a good book, and it's actually been kind of difficult because I keep talking, but I'm thinking about bringing this book by Aletta because I've heard really good things about it. It is a book that is set like in 1920s, and she's the first girl in a family of 5 sons during the Great War. You guys know I've been really into like historical fiction, and so I feel like this one could be a really good one. There isn't a ton of dialogue in this, so that's the only thing that kind of like makes me be like, am I gonna enjoy it? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Happy birthday to you. I'm gonna be so honest, I wasn't really sure if this book was for me just because it is like, it's giving Wattpad, like it's giving like the types of books that I would really be obsessed with when I first got back into reading. And initially when I started it, I was like, is this just like overhyped? I don't know if it's for me, but I'm about 400 pages in now, and guys, things just keep happening left and freaking right. This book, I'm really enjoying it. I do think that to love this book, you kind of have to enjoy like melodramatic stories, which I actually really do like melodramatic stories. Like, you know, something happens and someone's in the hospital, or there's like screaming matches at a bonfire, like that kind of thing. You just kind of have to like know that going into it. It's definitely gonna be like a soap opera, but I'm enjoying it. It's cute, and I have never read anything from this author before, but I'm pretty sure that this is a series. I feel like the second book came out already. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna be like a nice book to finish like as my first read, and this was actually the book that Allie chose for me, and I just love like that we did a little book swap for this like trip, just because I feel like there's so many books on my shelf, or so many books that I've heard of that I've like wanted to pick up and I haven't actually gotten to. So getting a rec from someone else, it like makes me pick it up. Like this one probably would have sat there forever. Like I'm not even joking. It probably would have sat there forever. And I actually think that I put this in a unhaul a long time ago. Like I was going to unhaul it and I didn't, because this is the original cover, but there's like a different cover that they're like selling in stores now. I do think, sorry, I'm tired. We stayed up so late last night. But I do think that reading this book has definitely made me realize how much my reading taste has changed. Like I used to be obsessed with this type of writing, and I used to be obsessed with this type of story. This would have been like a 5-star for me in like 2021. Same with like when I read Summer in the City. I really love that book. I remember rating that one, or I wouldn't say really love, but I really enjoyed it. And I rated that one 4 stars, but I kept thinking as I was reading it, I was like, if I read this when I first got back into reading, it would have been like 5 stars. Like I would have been obsessed. So it just is interesting how our taste will change. And I wonder like years from now, if I will be like a fantasy girly, or if I'll be like even deeper into the historical fiction rabbit hole. Will I even still enjoy reading romance? Like, I don't know. Like, I know my mom, she's not a big person who likes to read romance, and she loves like action books and stuff. But again, I will say she's always been someone who's really liked action movies, and like I've always loved romance movies. So I kind of feel like I always will enjoy romance. Just maybe it'll be different types of romance than like I like now. And I don't know, I feel like as I get older, you know, I can have kids and stuff. Like, am I going to enjoy books that have kids in them more often? Or am I going to enjoy, you know, just like, I don't know, different things that I enjoy now. So, yeah, really enjoying this so far. I have about 138 pages left. So, I'm almost done with it. And I just got past, like, I think the big, like, thing that happened. I don't know. I feel like there's so many big things that have happened, so there could be more stuff coming up next. But this is cute so far. And I think that this will probably be my first read that I finish in this vlog. We just got some crew necks from Hannah Elisco, and they're so cute. Like, all of us are gonna be wearing them, I think today or tomorrow or something. They're so, truly, so cute. We're all like, just looking at them and giggling over how cute they are. Like, oh my gosh. There's some stickers, there's also some pens, and then there's this for a Kindle. And this is the business right there. She sent these to us. They're so nice. Well, I mean, I'm far in, but like I still 180.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys have
You have so much.
Well, I started it before this.
Yeah, but you said you were like 200 in, so you had like 400 left, dude.
No, I was halfway.
Oh.
Yeah, I was halfway. Sorry, but still.
I read like a paragraph the whole trip, so you were.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to wait since I'm like.
Oh,
that's so
cute. That is so cute. Oh.
You need to do that now.
I know. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna go.
Your outfit's so cute too with that bag.
I know. I'm really glad I got it.
Yeah. I feel like mad I didn't.
Well, we really.
And you got the Texas shirt yesterday too, didn't you?
Yeah, she had a
So
Texas shirt.
cute.
Yes.
That's actually so perfect. Like this whole thing.
Thank
got
you.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very appreciate it.
I want to hear your thoughts. Like, I want to do a little check-in.
Yeah, we should. I was actually just talking to the blog this morning because.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry.
It's just about it. I know. I was like,
Younger me would have liked it better than like me now. And then when I got to yes, I'm like, and then it's like one thing after another after another. I'm like, okay.
I love when a book starts.
Yeah,
like the dominoes keep
yeah. Which is why I feel like I could never DNF a book because there have been so many times where I'll like read something and I'm like, I don't know, it's okay, and then I'll like get to the end. I'm like, okay, I really like it.
Yeah. Wait, you picked that, Allie? I have been wanting to read that. I feel like we have very similar books.
Yes.
Because like that has been like on like my priority TBR of like books I want to read like really soon.
I don't think I would have gotten to it either because it's so thick.
Yeah.
And so like it's been sitting on my shelf. Like I don't even have the new cover. It's like the old cover.
Yeah, that's the one I have to.
Yeah.
It took me forever to pick it up.
Yeah. It's just long. But yeah, I'm glad that you picked it to read.
It kind of reminded me a little of like the Green Cherry one, kind of
It
like.
does, yes. That's literally what I was saying this morning. I was like, it's giving the soap opera vibes. Like, it's very much like, you know, screaming at each other at a campfire. Like, yes.
Good to know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've been like craving like a long like Lucy Score type of romance.
Yeah.
So I've been either debating like starting that when I get home or her new book that I just like found at the bookstore.
What's the new one?
Story of My Life, I think. But it's like, whenever she was like promoting it, I'm like pretty sure there was like some comparisons to Gilmore Girls, like the small town vibe. So I'm like, I think I need to read that.
Did that one just come out too?
It came out in March. But I thought it came out like, because it came out March 11th, but I thought it came out like more recently because I literally haven't seen it at my Barnes, which is like not typical. I normally see books like
right
pretty
away.
soon. Yeah.
See, I didn't know she was coming out with a new book. So
I
thought it was
neither.
an old book.
I did too, but like,
Yeah, it's an old book.
I think I just assume everything at this point is like just a new cover.
Yeah.
Because I think so many books just come out with new covers. Yeah.
Now I'm like, let me double check because I'm like, no, yeah, okay.
Does anyone feel like they need to bring their books everywhere? Like I immediately put this in my bag. I'm not reading this at the coffee shop. Like I'm gonna leave it there. This town is so cute. It literally gives Hallmark. I love it. Everyone's just out and about hanging out. Guys, we found this cute little store. It has the cutest stuff in here. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. You have to get it, Ashlyn.
Oh, Ashlyn, yeah.
And feel the pattern on there.
It's very good material too.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
It's so cute. We decided to come outside by the pool just to like read for a bit, and it is really, really relaxing. I think I'm gonna actually switch to read a different book instead of Say You Swear, because I was reading this morning. So I think that I'm gonna pick back up So This Is Love, just because I really want to finish this one. I actually said I was gonna finish it yesterday and I didn't, so I'm really gonna try to finish it today. I got some Chipotle and I'm gonna just like sit here, veg out, and try to finish this. I only have like 100 pages left and it's been really cute. I feel like this is like the perfect cutesy little book to read. And these are the types of books that I like to read whenever it's like pool days like this, where I can just turn my brain off, enjoy, and I don't have to do too much thinking. So yeah, these are both really good so far. I think I have 140 something pages left of this one, so still a pretty good amount. But I really want to finish both of these. And I don't know if I said today, but I want to have both of these done by tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna sit here and like really lock in. We've been talking so much that I feel like I haven't hardly picked up my book nearly enough. But that's the thing, is like when you are traveling with friends, it's like you do want to hang out with them and talk to them. So like you might not have as much time to actually like read. But today we're gonna try to just like read and relax. So I feel like we'll end up finishing a lot of the books today. I do want to start another book tomorrow. I kind of want to start No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel, because that book came out and I immediately had to go to the bookstore to get it. So part of me is like, I drove an hour and a half out of town to get that book to read on vacation. I need to read that book on vacation. And I also have Brittany Cherry's Arc too. So I don't know, so many books, so little time. I can't be the only one who feels like this. Comment below if you're someone who you want to read, like you genuinely want to read all the books that you get, but you just do not have the time. I can't be the only one like that. Like I feel like in the past when I was younger, I would like read books and sometimes I would just like go to the library and I like couldn't really find anything that I wanted, and like there would be times where I'd be like, I guess I'll get this, and like I just didn't have as many recommendations. Now I feel like I have more recommendations than I can keep up with, and I don't know if it's because authors are writing more or I'm just finding more authors that I love. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and read for a little bit and enjoy the outdoor weather because it's so nice. The UV rays are 10 and it's like 85 degrees, 90 degrees, something like that. So I'm eating it up. Allie made this little setup. It's so cute. She's been passing around like juice for everybody. Like, you're so nice.
It's too hot not to have a great drink.
This is when you know like you're from Texas. Like you're just hospitable.
Yeah.
She literally poured this for everyone. That's so sweet. About to lock in and read, and we're gonna set a timer just for reading. And we're gonna read for an hour straight, no talking. We've literally been yapping this whole time. So hopefully we can finish our books. Hopefully. I ended up finishing this book, not during like our hour. I read 85 pages during our hour, which was nice. The words were really big, so like that's not typically how much I read. Usually I read like 60 pages an hour, so like 85 was a lot, but the words in this book are like really big and it was like super easy to read. I ended up continuing to read because I just wanted to finish the book because I only had like a few pages left, and it was so good. There was literally a part in it where I like was going like this because it was so cute, and there's actually a part of the book that I wouldn't say it like surprised me by like the depth, but cause I mean it's just like a cutesy read, but like there's like this quote that kind of is like from the beginning of the book to the end, where it's like you can't do the same thing over and over and expect different results, and you kind of see that as a theme from like start to finish, and then the very end you see like the characters starting to like change and do things differently than they've always done, even though it's like scary. And I don't know, I just feel like that's really inspiring, and it's just funny how I feel like people only assume that you can get like lessons from like self-help books, but like you can learn a lot about yourself or just like about different things by just reading like a fluffy cutesy romance book. So this one was really good, 4 stars. I think I'm gonna start another book. I'm not really sure whether it's gonna be No Ordinary Love by Maya Ariel or if it's gonna be Brittany Cherry's new book, If I Stayed. I'm not sure which one, but I want to read a second book because I'm always reading 2 books at once. And usually I will read 1 book in the morning and then 1 book at night, and they'll be like different. And so I've been reading like, you know, these books at different times. So I want to start a second one pretty soon. I'm not sure which one, so I'll let you guys help me decide. I also forgot to tell you guys that there's a point in this book where he does something so sweet for her and she finds out, and like, if you like a book where the guy falls harder, you need to read this book. Like, he falls so hard for her and he's trying so hard to get her to like want to be with him, but she's like scared. So good. These are the books that I'm thinking of reading next. Both of them look like they're gonna be a great choice. One's a little bit thicker, but I will say that I read Brittany Cherry's books really fast.
It's literally like a sun goddess.
Yeah,
totally. The long red hair.
Yes.
I know, literally. So pretty.
I brought 4 books.
Okay.
This one only has like 1,000 reviews on Goodreads. It like is by a new author, but it has I think like a 4.7 or something.
Oh,
like
wow.
Yeah, it's an extremely high rating. And the reason I found it was because I've seen so many people rate it 5 stars. It's a sports romance, and the girl plays basketball and the guy plays basketball.
You're speaking my language.
Yeah. And it's supposed to give like love and basketball kind of vibe,
Okay.
but not as toxic because the guy in that movie is okay. This one right here just came out. It's by Jasmine Guillory. It's like cutesy, fluffy. I don't know really too much about this one because I literally just picked it up. It came out on the 8th. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I literally just bought it because I read like 500 books.
Cute and fluffy.
Yeah, cute, fluffy, sapphic romance. And then this one, I don't know much about this one either. I bought this one because I rated one of her books from last year 4.5 out of 5 stars. On the back, it has like a little blurb, so I'll read it. It says, a PR partnership between a pop superstar and a pro athlete bad boy turns into so much more in a swoon-worthy romance.
Ooh,
yeah, usually her books are like, kind of have like depth. In her first book, Kennedy Ryan blurbed it, so yeah. Okay. And then this is by an author. I read like 5 of her books. All of them are so good. This is an arc. This one's about a girl who's in like a bad marriage, and her
It's like childhood lover or something, right?
yeah, could be.
I just read the back, so I'm like,
Okay, probably is.
I think it was like a childhood or like someone that she like loved before.
Okay, so like I know she's in a bad marriage, and then he is like has always been just like terrible to her, and then she gets reacquainted maybe with like a guy that she kind of had feelings for, or maybe just knew. And so yeah, there's that. So all of these books like just came out. This one came out like end of last year, so this is like not as new. This one came out on the 8th. This one came out on the 1st, and this one doesn't come out till the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're all highly anticipated.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm memorizing the title.
Well, I'll just tell you like I'll give you a little blurb.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
raise your hand.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So we're just doing for one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can go for more than one.
Or should we do like 2 against each other, and then the winner of that one that goes against the
I like that.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing it here.
So will I just hold up 2? And
Yeah, and then we'll vote. I'll vote on them.
But our heads are down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta say. Okay, wait. Just pick 2 and then just say like each like thing.
Yes.
And then we'll raise our hand for whichever one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Nervous.
I'm nervous. You're nervous. Okay. Cute and fluffy sapphic romance or love and basketball vibes romance.
Okay, wait.
Wait, say one.
Can you
and
say
then
the
we'll raise our-
titles? Because I actually
Yeah,
was
you know
looking
the
at the
titles.
titles.
You were. You
Okay,
were not.
I was.
Okay. I'll say the title and then I will.
Like, do a pause maybe.
Okay.
And then whoever raises their hand. then we'll
Okay.
do this one.
Flirting Lessons, which is the cute and fluffy sapphic romance, or the love and basketball on merit alone. Okay.
I love this for us.
They're voting. They're choosing my books.
Come on. It looks so cute.
This is from Princess Polly.
Oh, I love it.
I really like soft.
It is, yeah. I really like it.
I love it. It's so cute.
It's so cute. Okay, yes, and I'll give you like a little blurb. I kind of already gave a blurb, but I'll give like a little bit of blurb. Okay. If I Stayed, which is the girl who's married to a terrible husband and gets reacquainted with her like old lover, or the PR pop star and pro athlete bad boy that have a swoon-worthy romance. Okay.
What are our top two?
Okay, these are your top two.
Okay, how do we choose?
Oh, I know. She just saw me. So this one is like, it's supposed to be like Love and Basketball vibes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
But not as toxic.
But not as toxic as the
Good. Yeah.
So what I'm gonna have you guys do is go on this side of the room if you choose this book. Go on this side of the room if you choose this.
All right, count. Oh, wait.
I'll count now.
Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
I think I'm gonna choose.
What?
Basketball one.
She started talking about that one about it.
He's gonna have
Yeah, I love it.
It's like athletic bad boy, pop star.
Between them, because when I read it, they have a falling out.
Yeah, and they also have the
And is it because
yeah.
is it like a fallout, get back together? Like
I mean, I'd assume, yeah, it's a romance.
I don't know, but you're gonna have a blast.
Maybe it should be someone else. I don't know.
But I was like, did she find someone like in the industry?
I don't know. I feel like it's between them because her book, like her first book, it was between her and her ex-boyfriend, and they broke up 7 years ago. So I think he likes to make like a messy romance.
Yeah.
Kind of like rooting for them, but also kind of not. And he has to like kind of work for it. So I did drive an hour and a half to go pick up this book. And I wanted to read it on this trip. So we just got to another bookstore, and this bookstore looks so cute. It looks so cute. I cannot wait to see what they have inside. Oh my gosh.
Puzzle, cool.
This is so cute. They have so many good books.
This is so
cute. Okay, I've heard that this book was gonna come out soon. I just didn't know when. It came out January 2025, so I feel like I need to get this. I've never read anything by Carmen Lee. Literally, we just walked in. The door is right there. Like we just walked in. I feel like this is gonna be a problem. Like we're already seeing so many good books. I already feel like the books here are gonna be like more of the vibe. Like these are just like cutesy. Like yeah, it's our vibe. Oh, I love this author too. Oh my gosh.
I know.
And they have This Could Be Us in hardback. Oh my god. Guys, this is so cute. I already feel like this bookstore is gonna be my favorite bookstore out of both of them. Like we just walked in, and I think the thing that I like about bookstores that like make me want to come back is when the books are unique or books that I don't see everywhere. And like this book right here, I've heard people talk about it, but I have not read it anywhere. At least I think I've heard people talk about it. Like I feel like it seems familiar to me. And they have so many other books that like I have not. Like Brianna Cole, like what? I love this so much.
I swear every time I come I don't know what I'm getting because it's different every time. That's kind of why I like it.
Yeah, well I was just saying I feel like I love this bookstore already. I haven't even walked in.
Yeah, I want to just sit here.
Yeah, it's like a cozy area. I also feel like they have a lot of books that like I haven't seen everywhere else. Yeah, like this book just came out and like I haven't seen it everywhere. This book, there's just so many books that like I have to like I usually buy on like Amazon or like you know just different like retailers. Yeah, that are in store and there's like a ton here.
Yeah, that is really nice. Because sometimes smaller books, they just like more indie books aren't.
Yes, yeah. I love that. Oh, this is cute. A romance stack panoramic. I kind of want to get more into puzzles and do them with, like while reading audiobooks and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
I love doing that.
Do you really?
I've been really into that this year specifically. I was like, cozy hobbies is going to be my like goal of this year.
What are some other hobbies that you want to do you think?
I tried to start crocheting and then I gave up quickly.
You're like, I'm trying, it did not work out.
I get more into that. I'm like getting stuff that I need to do. I got like clay to make like little fridge magnets and like coasters and stuff.
That's gonna be cute.
Right above your shelf, like where you're.
Oh, I got a coloring book.
I love coloring. That is one thing that like
Okay, you're right.
yeah, I love. Yeah, I feel like I'm always trying to take people's ideas of like what hobbies they're liking and like just like, let's take that, let's try it. Yeah. I love how this bookstore is organized because everything is front facing. Like, doesn't this make it easier to shop?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
I didn't even notice. It almost just felt so natural.
I know, yeah. I feel like it's almost less like stressful because you just look at the books and then you don't have to like pull them out. This says if you spend $50, you choose a free ARC from the shelf to take home. I need to look at what is on the shelf because honestly, I might spend $50 and I might pick up one of these ARCs. Like, this is so cool. How to Lose a Best Friend. It's an MTV book. This is really cool. I've never seen anything like this ever, and I love this. This would make me immediately want to spend $50 just to get an ARC. Look at this. What Wish Upon a Star? It's like Wish Upon a K-Star. Wow. Oh my gosh, how cute. I have to show you guys this kids section. It's so cute.
Oh my god, stop.
Isn't it so cute? And did you see that little, like, there's like a section up there where they go around the corner. Look at that.
That is so cute.
Right? Isn't that so cute?
Oh my god.
And all these books, they're signed copies from from favorite local authors. This is cute. I'm smart, I'm blessed, I can do anything. Turkey bowl, perfectly designed, winter nap. These are cute. And there's like these little corners for kids to read. That is like such a great idea because if you come with your kids, like you can book shop and like if they're old enough, they could like read. I think that is so cool. I also think so much more about stuff like this now that I like want kids. And like in the future, whenever I have kids, will I, you know, have space in the bookstore that I'm going to like push a stroller, or like will there be a space for the kids to play? Like I think about that now, which is funny because I never used to think about that before. But this is the cutest kid section. Like it is really cute. And then they have this little part up here. You can see there's like chairs behind here and like toys and stuff. That's just, I love it. I love this cute little kids section. And then obviously the huge bookstore is obviously a great perk too. Like every corner in here I'm obsessed with. Like this is a gently used and previously owned. And then this right here, these are blind dates with a book. Like there's just so many like blind dates with a used book. Like there's so many little cute corners. So pretty. Oh my gosh.
An abandoned library with a deadly enchantment. A fame lord who will do anything to. Yup.
Wait, can I see the cover?
Yeah,
I want to show them. This is. I gotta.
Oh, you're
No, you're good. Like
the way I was like,
yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm buying that immediately. This is a pretty cover.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's so funny because I used to never buy hardcovers because
Really?
I didn't like them. I have bought so many recently. I think I'm getting over the aversion.
You're turning
which is
into a
probably
hardcover girl.
I don't know if I'm turning into a hardcover girl. I'm just getting over the like aversion.
Yeah. You're like,
no,
it's
if
not
it's
as
like
terrible.
a series that I have all paperbacks, I will be getting the paperback. But
yeah, I hate when the book doesn't match.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But like, and I'm sorry, a Fey Lord? Hello.
You're like, I'm taking it home.
Yeah. Period. If this doesn't have a brave woman, a collector of stories willing to risk it all for the taste of knowledge and power.
Yep. That's calling your name. It's literally calling your name.
I have this. I got it from HarperCollins. They gave it to her.
Oh my god.
I don't have the hardcover though. That's cool.
That's so pretty.
Pretty. Wow.
Guys, I also literally just bought this book. What I'm loving about this bookstore is they do such a great job of like picking up books that just came out, and like they have tons of diverse recs too, like literally left and right. This one I think it just came out. I don't quote me on that, but I did just buy it. I'm gonna sit here and read my book. I decided to start this one, obviously, as you guys saw earlier. I had the girls choose and they all chose this one. I feel like this is gonna be really cute. I already did bend it up, but you know what? It's mine. Like I don't mind if a book is bent up if it's like mine, but if it's like the book from the store, I don't know. I want to be the person to bend it up, especially if I'm spending money on it. So it doesn't really bother me once it's bent. I actually kind of like my books to be well loved, and that's probably like a common thing that people want with their books. So like I like mine to be loved. It like makes them part of the family. But I did end up changing, by the way. I don't know if I even told you guys that, but it is hot today, and I put back on that other dress, and I was like, I don't know if I want to wear that while we're like out walking around, because I like wore it a little bit earlier. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna sit here and read this. I did end up buying a book. I ended up buying this book right here. My little receipt is here. And I got The Relationship Mechanic. I've never read anything by this author, but I have read Harlequin novels. They're pretty spicy. They're usually like just super fun. Like, I feel like people have to know what they're getting into when you go into a romance, and like this book feels like it's gonna just be a fun, good time. And that's kind of how I felt going into Mieko Mae's book. Like, I feel like having a better idea of what I'm looking for in a book has really helped me enjoy the book more. Like, because I'm going into the book with the mood for what I'm reading. Like, when I read this, I will be reading it when I'm in a spicy romance mood. Does that make sense? So I feel like that also just really helps me to enjoy the book more. This book is also less than 300 pages, so I feel like I'm going to finish it really fast. It says there's more than one way to love and more than one place to call home in this rousing small town romantic comedy that's sure to charm the fans of Hannah Bonham Young's Next to You and Ashley Herring Blake's Iris Kelly's Doesn't Date. So I feel like it's going to be really good. It also starts out in the like little store, like the mechanics shop or whatever, but the town, like a small town black romance, is just right up my alley, especially like sapphic romance. Like, I mean, come on, what else do I need? So I just feel like it's going to be one that I really enjoy. So glad I picked that up. I think we're gonna go to another bookstore tomorrow. I also, I think I was saying that like I haven't been in a bookstore that has this many diverse reads. It really made book shopping so much more fun. And I think it's because usually when I go to a bookstore, I'm kind of like, like I might find one book and it's gonna be like maybe a book by an author like I've already read from before, like, or something I've seen that's like really popular, a brand new release. Like, it's not gonna be something that I haven't heard of before, or I can't just get in my own bookstore back home. Like, that's usually how I feel. And this is not one of those. Like, this is not in my bookstore. It came out in January. It's not stocked in there. I think they have the first book in this series, but I just kind of want to jump to the second one. Natalie and I were both talking about that. She actually ended up picking it up too, and we were just saying how we just kind of want to jump to the second one. So yeah, this one. So, and I also feel like this is the year for me to not always read books in order. I think a lot of the time I'm like, I have to start from the beginning and I have to like read all the way through, but there's some books, especially if an author says it's like a book that can be read alone, there's some books that I can just read without reading the other books in the series. And if the storyline is more of interest to me, then like, why would I not read that first, especially from an author that I've never read from before? So I can't wait to pick this up. I feel like these are gonna be the types of books that I'm gonna want to read all summer, just like super short, super cutesy, super fluffy, super fun. These are the type of books I feel like I'll also take on vacation. It's giving everything that it needs to give. I love the beginnings of Maya Ariel's books because in the very first part of it, it says, for the broken hearts in search of healing, you have a right to require only love. Like, that just, I really, really like that. They're always like the beginnings of her books. I mean, granted, I've only read one, but they're very, very powerful. Oh my gosh, we're getting ready to go eat at this place. It's called Sweet Lemon, and it's literally in a house. Like, this is so cute.
They're out of the one booth. I don't want her to see that. Wow. Yum, yum, yum.
Good morning. I came outside to finish out my book. I have about 100 pages left of this, so I am really close to being done, and then I really want to get into the book by Maya Ariel. I don't think that I'm going to finish it, but I definitely am going to read it on the plane and then maybe give a recap when I'm home. I'm not really like fully sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to end the vlog here or like if I'm going to keep reading. I think it'll just depend on how much I finish, but today is just going to be another like relaxing day, and I have like a little setup over there. You can see there's like a little picnic thing, and I'm going to just read and enjoy. I'm really gonna miss the girls tomorrow whenever we leave. We've just gotten all like so close, and we talk about books all the time, and it just makes the reading experience a million times more fun. So it's gonna be really sad when everyone leaves each other, but I have my breakfast over here, so I'm going to get started on reading. On chapter 43, so I'm really close to being done. I just have like 100 pages left. And then I have my breakfast. I make this pretty much every single morning. It's like a little protein bowl. I just put cauliflower rice, I put ground beef, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, peppers, and I just like throw it all in there. I don't know if I want to finish all of this, but if I don't, I'll just put it into another little container and have it later. And then of course I have my glass of milk. So you guys know I love starting my morning like with that. This is a great breakfast after workout. Like I just finished my workout and I feel like this always just like fuels me with so much energy. So hopefully I can eat it while I read this book and finish it. We've been sitting here chatting for the longest because we just filmed for Ashlyn's channel and she ended up reading This Could Be Us as one of the books that she read that I recommended. All of us recommended a few books and we were supposed to just like choose one. At least that's what most people did, and she read multiple recs that I chose. So if you want to go over to her channel, I will link the video below so you guys can see what she read that I recommended. But she read This Could Be Us, and I wanted her to read some of the quotes that she was like obsessed with. And she was saying the first quote she wants to read is like a one about friendship. And I was just about to say, and I was like, let me pull the camera out first because I know this is probably gonna be a little long-winded, but I was just saying that I love the way that Kennedy Ryan writes about friendship. She writes about friendship as like it's as important as a relationship, like a romantic relationship. And you see how as the women are going through different things, they like show up for each other in different ways. And I'm like, that is how sisterhood's supposed to be. And I love that. Yeah.
I am so excited to see that in her other books.
Yes, yeah.
Because I really loved how she focused on that as well and how they just rallied around her.
Yes, yeah. And you see that in, well, at least I've only read one other in the Skyline series, but it's the same like group of friends, obviously, in Before I Let Go. And the friends in that book, it's like every time someone's going through something hard, they're like, how can I show up for you? What can I do to be there? And it doesn't really matter like the order that you read the book, but when you do read Before I Let Go, you'll see that it alludes a lot to like Soledad and how she's going through something, but you don't really know what. So I was like highly anticipating the second book because I knew that something was happening in Soledad's house, but you didn't know what it was. Yeah, and the friends, they would be like, you know, hey, like how are things going? Like, and they kind of didn't really like her husband, but they couldn't really pinpoint like what would make them frustrated about him. They just knew how he made her feel. And so, you know, they would hang out together and Soledad would be like in a sad mood and they were like, oh, like what can I do to help you? So you're just, the whole time you're trying to figure out what's going on with her. And then you learn about it in book 2. Yeah, I love their friendship and I just feel like that's how friendship is supposed to be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so what's the quote that you were saying that you loved?
Okay, so there were so many that I highlighted. So many, but I loved this one. It says, there aren't enough sonnets for friendship, not enough songs for the kind of love not born of blood or body, but of time and care. They're the ones we choose to laugh and cry and live with.
Oh.
Are you kidding?
There's not enough sonnets.
That is so beautiful.
And
that
writing,
prose.
yes, it's literally poetic.
Yes.
Like,
I need that as wall art.
yes,
actually.
Like actually, and she was saying in the like, or we were saying a little bit earlier when we were talking, that the writing kind of gives like Taylor Swift Easter eggs, where it's like every single second, it's like something is dropping that you're like, whoa, wait, let me read that again. Like, did I miss out on that? Like, it's just, it's so good.
Yes.
What are some other words that you loved? There's so many.
I know, there's so much.
Guys, she rated this book so highly. Like, I am shook. Literally shook. I was hoping that you would like it because obviously it's a 5-star read for me, but you never know when you recommend a book to someone, like if they'll like it or if they do, it's like how much will they like it? It makes me so happy that you loved it.
I loved it so much. And sorry.
No, you're good. We just were wondering when you thought you'd be done.
We're almost finished.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
We've been talking here for like an hour.
This quote is so good because it's so true.
Really?
When conversing with the heart, expect it to talk back, to revisit the pains and disappointments that left the deepest dents and scratches.
Oh my god.
When conversing with the heart, expect it to talk back. That's so good.
So good. And I mean, obviously I read this book, rated 4 stars, loved it. But now, like, I'm like, I remember why I rated it 4 stars.
Yes.
Like, and granted, I haven't read it in a year, because, like, I obviously read it last spring when it came out. But I kind of want to do like a reread, especially before the next book in the series comes out in May. Like I want to read it again.
Would you reread the whole series again?
Ooh, I feel like I probably would because the first one. Yeah, we can read it together.
Yes.
Yeah, the first one, because I haven't read the first one in 2 years because the first one came out in the spring, but it was like 2 springs ago.
Yes.
So it's been like quite some time. But that book, Before I Let Go, that one, every single person I've recommended to read that book has sobbed. Like that book is so. Not that This Could Be Us isn't sad, but I think that it's like written differently. And the first book I think is, I don't know, I can't even explain. All her books are incredible, and I rated both 5 stars, but like they were rated 5 stars both for different reasons. And like they're so good.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that one was 5 stars.
Yes,
too.
it was also a 5-star read. Yeah.
It's gonna be like a
Yes,
5-star series.
yeah. I think it is. Like, and I read other books by her. I think I rated Real 4 stars. I think I rated Long Shot, which was the book that was like kind of talking about abuse in the basketball like series. I think I rated that one 4 stars. And then I read Flow, which is in the Grip series, and I think I also rated that one 4 stars. But she has so many series, but this one in particular, I rated both of those books, like Before I Let Go and This Could Be Us, 5 stars. And again, I feel like a 4 star is an incredible rating as well.
Yes.
Like I
definitely
absolutely loved it, but just I've never rated any of her books less than 4 stars. They're like all so good.
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna like
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm so glad that you loved it. And the fact that she's also reading the Kiss Countdown. Wow.
Yes. Yes. I had to. The cover's so cute.
Yes,
too.
and I feel like it's perfect for summer. So I'm excited to like hear her thoughts. We talked a little bit more about it on her channel, so go over there if you guys want to hear that chat. But we're gonna go outside. I think they're waiting on us. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit more later.
Bye.
Got me on the grill. I am usually a princess where I'm just like not on the grill. So usually Brady's making the dinner. So this is definitely different. But I made a little marmalade for the chicken, and it's grilled. And then I also made some steaks. So hopefully everybody likes it. Like we didn't really have a ton of seasoning to use. So I just kind of made my own little dish.
It looks really good though.
Hopefully. Should have sauteed the onions. I didn't really have time. So
It looks
do
good.
what we can do. This is for Faith and for Ashlyn. There's a little separate, and then I have some steaks for me. This is the chicken with the marmalade I made. I just put like raspberry jam with honey, garlic, butter, and some other like seasonings that are like smokehouse stuff for the grill. Catching up with the girls on the lore of the group chat because I haven't seen it. And, like, I hadn't seen this one, so I had to like watch it, and it's so good. My glass of milk doesn't look as like cute as Olipop's.
No. You've been cooking. No, do you want some? No, I don't.
Literally is. I don't want it. It's literally raspberry sauce, butter, and like seasoning.
But these already have honey, so it's fine. I just was like, well, I was like, I want to make this chicken, but no barbecue sauce, no anything. I was like, bland chicken. So I was just thinking, okay, honey glaze is pretty normal, and then like raspberry glaze is pretty normal.
want to give you guys a book update on all the books that I finished on our trip now that I'm home. And I also want to give you guys like a mini book haul because I ended up picking up a book in the airport. So I ended up getting, I think, a total of 5 books on this trip, which is really cool because they're all so different. But I want to go through the books that I ended up reading. I started Say You Swear before I left to be like on the trip because I knew this was going to take a while to get through, which it did, but I really loved it. I'm so glad that Allie picked this book out for me to read. I would not have read this book unless she had picked it out, genuinely. Like, it's been sitting on my shelf for so long, and I think sometimes I feel like books that are really thick are gonna be books that I'm just not going to enjoy, especially if it's by a new author. And I don't know why I think like that. And maybe it's just because I am someone who is like a serial non-DNFer and I know that I'm going to like finish the book. I don't know, I just get in my head that it's gonna be like boring because it's long and like I'm not gonna like it, and then I'm not gonna want to DNF it, and it's just not gonna be a great experience, which is the complete opposite of how I felt reading this book. If you've read The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry, I feel that this book gave a similar vibe, totally different storyline, but similar in the sense that it felt like a soap opera from like the beginning to the very end. Noah was so swoon-worthy. This whole book was just really, really good. I also have never read anything by Megan Brandy, so I will definitely be reading more from this author in the future whenever I'm in the mood for like a Lifetime movie vibe type of book. I will say it was a smidge longer than I would have wanted it to be, just because I think that this was what one was almost, yeah, it was 540 pages. So you like definitely didn't have like any moments of boredom, but there were just some things that I felt like they didn't need to be added in there because it was a little long. Sorry for yawning, I'm so tired. We've been staying up every night until like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I did sleep a little bit on the plane, but I barely got any sleep. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I think that I'm gonna land with this one at, I think, maybe a 3.5, but I definitely would have rated it higher if it was just like a smidge shorter. I probably would have rated it 4 stars, but this one was one that I did not expect to be as fun as it was. And I just think I didn't expect it because in my head, I'm always like, oh, books that are super popular on Book Talk, I'm not going to like, and I really love this one. So, love that. And then I picked up No Ordinary Love. This was the last book that I read, and it actually kind of started coming apart on me while I was reading it. Like, some of these pages started coming out, and I don't know if I did something to the spine or what, but yeah, I was trying to keep this book together, so I'm like, I do not want this to fall apart. This one was a really cute read as well. I will say that I expected a little bit more from this book only because the last book by this author I rated 4.5 out of 5 stars and really loved it, and this one was cute, but I think because my expectations were so high, I don't know, I just feel like it missed the mark a little bit. There wasn't as much dialogue as I would have wanted. I also feel like this book really gets into the weeds of like music. So if you're like a music nerd and you love like all things music and like the behind the scenes of stuff like that, you'll really love this. For me, like, I like music, but I don't really have like an interest in like the intricate details of like making a song go from like the start to actually being in production to like being in someone's ears. I feel like you get a lot of that in this book, just like behind the scenes of the music industry. I was more looking for just like the romance in general. I was like, I don't really care too much about the other stuff. I think in the first book, she talked a lot about her career, but you didn't really get into the weeds of what she did, which I kind of like that a little bit better. Whereas here and I'm finding like a theme with this like writer, which I love, is she makes really strong female characters and she talks about like what they are doing for their career. But in this one, I feel like they talked a lot more about like specific things that the character did, which sometimes got to be a little bit like wordy. I was like, I don't really need to like know all that. But I think if you're someone who enjoys those things, then you really will love this. I also really loved how the main guy character in this book he had a stutter, and I feel like you don't see that like at all in romance novels, especially with men. I feel like so often we see men that are like so perfectly put together, and then like the girl is the one who's like quirky or has like a thing to work through. But you're seeing from this guy who's like supposed to be super hot and like famous, he like is nervous to like speak in public because he has a stutter that he's like working through. And I don't know, it was just very refreshing to read that. So yeah, I enjoy this one. I'm probably gonna rate this one 3 stars. I love her writing because it's very like, I don't know, it's just very real. It's something that I feel like I could imagine watching on a movie. So yeah, really like this one as well, but it definitely wasn't what I expected. I think I expected a little bit more dialogue, and I expected a little less about the work stuff, and I don't know, I wouldn't say more romance because I'd say there was a good amount of romance, but I just expected a little less of the other stuff. Then I read So This Is Love. This, and I think I said this before, I'm realizing that when I enjoy a book, it's usually when it like meets the expectations of what I think it's gonna be. And this book, I expected it to be cutesy, fluffy, fun, nothing really more, and that's exactly what it was. And I rated this one 4 stars. I've been reading this one for a bit, and I feel like with fluffy reads, I have to read them in tandem with different types of books. So like these 2 books were very different romances. I feel like they had deeper themes. Like in this one, she doesn't have a great relationship like with her mom. In this one, you're seeing her go through this whole, well, I don't want to like spoil anything, but like there's a ton of stuff that happens in the story, and she's like working through all of those things. And it isn't just like a fluffy, cutesy read, I'll say that. And yeah, so this one I expected it to be cutesy, fluffy, and fun, and that's literally what it was. There's actually a point in this book where the main guy character does something for her just to let her know that he cares for her, and it literally made me giggle and kick my feet. Like, I'm not just saying that in like a, oh, like I was, kicking my feet while I was reading it. No, like I was actually kicking my feet. And I love reading books where the guy falls first, and in this one you definitely get that. She is someone who's been very apprehensive to love because she got out of like a really bad relationship, and he's famous, and so she's like, I don't want people to think that I'm only with you for your fame. She kind of has like a parent who kind of like leeches off of her, so she's like, is she gonna like want to take more from me because she thinks I'm with this person? So like she's keeping him at arm's length, and he has to really break down her walls like brick by brick, and you don't really see their relationship get like physical until the end, which is so nice and just refreshing, I feel like, in comparison to a lot of books that come out, because I really got to see their relationship with one another build in other ways. And she was so apprehensive, and a lot of the time when a guy falls first, he so easily gets the girl to fall for him too, and this one he had to really work for it. So there were many times she's like, I don't really want to be out with you because you're famous. And he's like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to completely rent out this area so that like we can be alone. And she was like, huh? Like, I really love this one. It just came out not that long ago, and this is a very small like indie author. But her writing is really fun. You go into this book if you want like a good time. There isn't really anything like super, super deep in it. It's just cute, but it's one of those cute books that is like the perfect balance between cute, a smidge of spice, and it also like just grazes deeper topics, like, having parents who maybe aren't like the best example in your life, and having to work through the trauma of a previous relationship, but nothing too heavy where you feel like it's going to take away from like the fun summery vibe. So yeah, I loved all 3 of these. I want to show you the book that I ended up picking up that I haven't shown you guys yet. I already showed you all the other books that I got. Yeah, so I got all of these. These are the ones that I did show you. I got the Relationship Mechanic. This I picked up at the indie bookstore. The second one that I went to. And then I got Open Water, The Dream Hotel, and I'm Glad My Mom Died. I got that in the first bookstore. And I did a separate bookstore vlog, so you guys can actually go watch that. It was literally like an hour or hour and a half or something. Just book shopping, and then like a little bookish chat at the end of the night with all the book besties. I will link that below so you guys can watch it. It should already be up. But the book I ended up getting is Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. I am excited to read this because Kalila recommended it. And one thing about me is I do not like when well, I wouldn't say I don't like it, but like I just don't trust it when I see a bunch of people hyping up a book, especially if it's like a memoir or if it's like, I don't know, something like that. Because sometimes I think that books just get overhyped and it's like, is it actually good? Is it something that is going to give me tangible information that I don't already know? Like for me, Atomic Habits, I remember reading it like years ago, and when I read it, I was like, this is stuff I already do. Like I wake up early and I habit stack. Like I don't call it that, but like I do those things. And I think sometimes I'll read books and I'm like, this is just literally like you're telling me to do the same thing that I already do, just like naming it something else. Like instead of being like, wake up early, it's like, you're having a morning blissful rise. It's like, literally, I'm waking up early. Like, and so sometimes I just don't want to read like self-help books or like memoirs or books where I feel like they're gonna kind of try to help you have a better life or like glow up. And I also think so often we can get down this spiral of like constantly wanting to be better, and then you don't even appreciate like where you are in life and like how far you've come and how far you've grown. And like you can get to a point where you want to like better yourself so much that you just like forget that you're not a project to like constantly be worked on and like fixed and changed, and you want to like change everything about who you are because it's not good enough, but like you're guising it under the guise of like, oh, I'm just like making myself better. It's like, no, sis, you just like don't like yourself. And so I try not to dive too deep into like self-help books or anything like that, or like memoirs that I feel can kind of give that vibe. But Kalila speaks so highly of this book, and I really trust her book recs. And so I picked this one up. It says, when it comes to the trials and triumphs of being an adult, Dolly Alderton has seen and experienced it all. Everything I know about love is about bad dates, good friends, and above all else, realizing that you are enough. Wildly funny, occasionally heartbreaking, it's about growing up, growing older, and learning to navigate friendships, jobs, loss, and romance along the way. There's little recipes in this. I think there's like satire and personal stories. And so yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a really good memoir to read, especially because she recommended it. I will say that I'm excited to read a book about friendship because obviously coming back from this trip, like it just, I feel like on a high, like I feel so grateful to have such a great group of friends. But also if you're someone who maybe doesn't have a friend group like this and you're kind of feeling like, man, like I really want that, like I hate that I don't have that, like just know that your life isn't over, whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, however old, you always have time to like still build new friendships. And there are so many memories that haven't even happened yet that years later you'll look back on and be like, oh my God, it was like the best day of my life or the best relationship of my life. And you haven't even come across that person or that moment. And so for me, I get really excited thinking about like what's to come, because I remember in my 20s, I was so like sad because I didn't have like really good friends, or I just didn't have like a lot of friends in general. And I didn't get a lot of my really close friends like until I'd say probably like 30s, like early 30s. And I think one thing that did help is like being very intentional with letting go of the friends that didn't need to be there, and like leaning into and like putting more time and intention into the friends that should be there. But I also think that sometimes like it's just not the right time. Like sometimes, you know, things come when they're supposed to come. And I do think if I had gotten those friends back then, there's a lot of things that could have, like I could have done to like mess up these friendships because I hadn't worked through some things that I need to work through. Like in particular, one thing that I'm thinking about is like how every trip that I go on, even now as an adult, I will literally get in my head about how like annoying I am, or how I talk too much, or how like, you know, people don't really want me around. And all of those things are thoughts that I had when I was younger. And they stem from being with bad friendships where people would make me feel that way, or say things, or kind of like have a behavior that like makes me feel like I'm too much or too annoying. So I try to make myself smaller. And then as I've kind of gotten like more confident in myself and who I am, and I let my personality be bigger in the way that I like have always wanted to be, I have to like push down that voice that's like, oh, like if you do this and you act this way, these people are gonna like leave you and they're not gonna wanna be around you. So you should go back to being small, being less. You should be more like them, dress more like them, talk more like them, and be a carbon copy of them to keep them. And that's like that old voice that I have to like really work through. But again, I didn't really get to a point where I was able to do that until I'd probably say like 28, 29, and still like I'm 32, I'm still working through those things. So I think if I had like gotten some of the friends I have now when I was in my like mid early 20s, like I probably would have wrecked them, or I would have just like went back to old habits because I hadn't worked through like my own stuff. So don't lose hope. Don't feel like you'll never have like the friend groups that you like want in your life. But also remember, to build these friendships, you do have to be brave. You have to reach out to the person you maybe haven't heard from or haven't talked to in a while, or someone that you see in a Pilates class or in a book club that you like get along with pretty well, and say, hey, like let's go on a little picnic, or let's do this or that. And like sometimes people will say no, and like that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with like maybe just a situation. Maybe they don't want to come, maybe like you guys don't vibe, and that's totally fine. But I think you have to put yourself out there, and also you have to get out of your house. And that's one thing I had to learn. I wouldn't say the hard way, but one thing I really had to learn, like if I'm gonna meet people, how am I gonna do it in these four walls? So getting out of my house and joining different groups and clubs, going consistently and like actively trying to make friends, and not making friends for like, ooh, this is someone that I could go to coffee with, but just making friends with like the person in that setting, and then maybe it'll turn into something, but if it doesn't, that's okay too. So I have really tried to make my life very full, and within that, it like kind of has become more full from all these different groups that I'm a part of, like Pilates. And you guys see, like I go multiple times a week. I go work out. I have like little meetups with friends. In most vlogs, you guys will see me like going on a picnic with a friend, or going out to eat with a friend, or going to get coffee with a friend. And some of these people are like, sometimes they're cousins, sometimes they're my niece, sometimes they're my older sister, or sometimes they are, you know, someone that I went to a Pilates class with once, and like I want to build that relationship. So I feel like you just have to put yourself out there to really build those friendships, but also don't lose hope that you never will, because I, in my 20s, felt so sad because I was like, I literally have terrible friends. I mean, there were some, obviously, like you guys know some of my friends I've had for a very long time, but most of them didn't live where I live. So it was like very isolating, because I was like, I don't have anyone who's like directly around me to talk to or hang out with. And so now I feel grateful, and obviously all of those friends don't live here either, but I feel grateful to have a job where like I can travel to them and they can travel to me, so it's a little bit different. But anyway, long story long, don't lose hope, because your friend group is out there, and your life, if it feels like it's not the best right now, it's not over. Like you have so many good memories ahead of you, and so many great moments ahead of you that you don't even know about yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are excited for more fun videos to come. Make sure you guys are subscribed, because there's new videos every Tuesday and every Saturday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.